There's something that happens to many of us as we get older. We start paying attention to our bodies in ways we never did before. Maybe it's that slight dizziness when we stand up too quickly, or the way our hand sometimes feels a bit numb when we wake up in the morning. Most of the time, we brush these things off. I'm just getting older, we tell ourselves. But what if I told you that your body might be trying to tell you something important? What if those little signs aren't just about aging, but about something we can actually do something about? My name is Dr. Thomas Whitaker, and I've spent over 3 decades working with older adults as a geriatrician. I've seen thousands of patients. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this: your body is incredibly wise. It sends signals long before serious problems develop. The key is learning to listen. Today, we're going to talk about stroke, a word that can strike fear into anyone's heart. But here's what I want you to know right from the start. Stroke prevention isn't about expensive medications or complicated procedures. It's about understanding your body and working with it, not against it. Understanding stroke, your body's emergency signal. Think of a stroke like a traffic jam in your brain. Just as cars need clear roads to reach their destination, your brain cells need a steady flow of blood to function properly. When that flow gets blocked or interrupted, parts of your brain start sending out distress signals. There are 2 main types of strokes, and understanding them helps us prevent them. The first, called an ischemic stroke, is like a roadblock. A clot stops blood from reaching part of your brain. This accounts for about 85% of all strokes. The second type, hemorrhagic stroke, is like a burst water pipe. A blood vessel in the brain starts bleeding. Now, here's what's remarkable about comprehensive senior care and medical knowledge about common elderly diseases. We now know that many of the factors that lead to stroke are within our control. Your blood pressure, your diet, how much you move your body, even how you manage stress. These all play crucial roles. Let me share something that might surprise you. In my years of practice, I've seen 75-year-old patients with the cardiovascular health of someone 20 years younger, and I've seen 55-year-olds whose bodies were already showing serious warning signs. The difference wasn't genetics or luck. It was in the daily choices they made. The warning signs your body sends, your body is constantly communicating with you. Before a major stroke, many people experience what we call mini-strokes or transient ischemic attacks. These are like your body's early warning system, temporary interruptions in blood flow that resolve on their own. The signs might include sudden weakness on one side of your body, difficulty speaking or understanding words, sudden vision changes, severe headaches unlike any you've had before, or dizziness with loss of balance. But here's the thing. These symptoms often come and go, leading many people to ignore them. I remember a patient, let's call her Eleanor, who came to see me after experiencing what she described as funny spells. For weeks, she'd been having moments where words wouldn't come out right, or her left hand would feel clumsy. Her family kept telling her it was just stress, just age. But Eleanor's body was trying to tell her something important. The beautiful thing about stroke prevention is that health decline in old age isn't a natural process that we just have to accept. It's often a problem that can be treated with natural, side-effect-free methods. When we caught Eleanor's warning signs early and implemented gentle, natural interventions, we were able to help her avoid a major stroke entirely. The power of natural prevention. Your body's best friends now. Let me tell you something that might change how you think about your health. After decades of working with seniors, I've discovered that the most powerful stroke prevention tools aren't found in a pharmacy. They're often sitting right in your kitchen. Or they're as simple as changing how you breathe. Aging isn't the end, but a call to take really good care of yourself. And if you neglect your body, it will neglect you. That's not a threat, it's simply how our bodies work. But here's the beautiful part. When you start caring for your body with intention, it responds with remarkable resilience. Let's talk about the natural methods that can dramatically reduce your stroke risk. Methods you can start implementing today. Method 1. The gentle blood pressure revolution. High blood pressure is the #1 risk factor for stroke. But here's what many don't realize. You can often control it naturally. I'm talking about the power of deep, intentional breathing. When you breathe deeply and slowly, you activate your body's natural relaxation response, which directly lowers blood pressure. Try this with me right now. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 4, then exhale through your mouth for 6 counts. Do this 5 times twice a day. It's simple, but studies show this can lower blood pressure by 10 to 15 points within weeks. Add to this the incredible power of potassium-rich foods. A medium banana, a cup of spinach, or half an avocado can help counteract the blood pressure-raising effects of sodium. Your kidneys use potassium like a natural water pill, helping your body release excess fluid that puts pressure on your blood vessels. Method 2. The movement. Medicine. You don't need to run marathons. In fact, some of the most effective stroke prevention comes from gentle, consistent movement. I tell my patients, if you can walk to your mailbox, you can prevent a stroke. Start with what I call purposeful walking. Instead of walking just to exercise, walk with intention. Walk to feel your feet connecting with the ground. Walk to notice your breathing. Walk to observe the world around you. This isn't just physical exercise, it's meditation in motion. Even better, add some simple arm movements as you walk. Swing your arms gently, reach them above your head occasionally. This helps improve circulation to your brain and keeps your blood flowing smoothly. Method 3. The hydration strategy. Here's something most people don't know. Mild dehydration thickens your blood, making clots more likely. But drinking water strategically can be like taking a natural blood thinner. Start your day with a full glass of water, not coffee, not tea, just pure water. Your body has been fasting all night, and your blood is naturally thicker in the morning. This simple habit can reduce morning stroke risk significantly. Throughout the day, sip water regularly. I tell my patients to think of it as internal irrigation. You're keeping all your body's systems flowing smoothly. Method 4. The stress busting. Secret. Chronic stress is like having your body's alarm system constantly activated. This keeps your blood pressure elevated and increases inflammation throughout your body, including in your blood vessels. But here's a simple technique that works. The 5-4-3-2-1 grounding method. When you feel stressed, notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This immediately brings your nervous system back to the present moment and turns off that stress alarm. Remember Eleanor, the woman with those funny spells? Let me tell you the rest of her story, because it illustrates beautifully how these natural methods work together. Eleanor was 68 when she first came to see me. She'd been experiencing mini strokes. For about 2 months, moments where words wouldn't come out right, times when her left hand felt clumsy, occasional dizziness. Her blood pressure was running high, around 160/95, and she was carrying extra weight around her midsection. But Eleanor was determined. She didn't want to just take medications and hope for the best. She wanted to understand what her body was trying to tell her. We started with the breathing exercises. Eleanor practiced the 4-4-6 breathing pattern every morning with her coffee and every evening before bed. Within 2 weeks, her blood pressure started dropping. Next, we addressed her movement. Eleanor had been sedentary since her husband passed away 3 years earlier. But instead of overwhelming her with a complex exercise program, we started simple. She began walking to the end of her block and back, focusing on feeling her feet on the ground and moving her arms gently. The hydration was perhaps the most dramatic change. Eleanor realized she'd been chronically dehydrated for years, mistaking thirst for hunger and relying on coffee for energy. When she started drinking water first thing in the morning and sipping throughout the day, her energy improved and those dizzy spells became less frequent. But the real breakthrough came when we worked on her stress. Eleanor had been carrying the grief of losing her husband, plus anxiety about living alone. Using the grounding technique and some gentle meditation, she began to feel more at peace. Within 3 months, Eleanor's blood pressure had dropped to 135/80 without medication. The funny spells stopped completely. Her energy returned, and she started volunteering at the local library, something that gave her purpose and social connection. Today, 2 years later, Eleanor is thriving. She's maintained all these healthy habits, and her most recent tests show she has the cardiovascular health of someone 15 years younger. When I see her now, she glows with vitality. The science behind natural prevention now, you might wonder, does this really work, or is it just wishful thinking? Let me share some research that backs up these natural approaches. A study published in the American Journal of Medicine followed over 40,000 people for 10 years and found that those who practiced deep breathing exercises had a 30% lower stroke risk. Another study in the New England Journal of Medicine showed that people who walked just 30 minutes a day reduced their stroke risk by 35%. The comprehensive approach to senior care that includes these natural methods isn't alternative medicine. It's evidence-based medicine that works with your body's natural healing abilities. Creating your personal prevention plan. Here's how to start your own natural stroke prevention program. Week 1. Begin with breathing. Practice the 4-4-6 breath twice daily. Week 2. Add hydration. Start each day with water and sip regularly. Week 3. Include gentle movement. Walk purposefully for 10 to 15 minutes daily. Week 4. Implement stress management. Use the 5-4-3-2-1 technique when stressed. Remember, these aren't just prevention methods, they're life enhancement methods. You're not just avoiding stroke. You're creating vibrant health. Your life has value. Act on it today. I want to leave you with something I tell every patient who walks into my office. Something I wish someone had told me when I was younger. You are still a valuable human being, deserving of a good life. Your age doesn't diminish your worth. Your past health struggles don't define your future. That stroke that runs in your family, it's not your destiny. Those little warning signs your body has been sending, they're not sentences, they're invitations to take better care of yourself. Here's what I know after 30 years of helping people just like you. The most powerful medicine isn't in a bottle. It's in your breath, in your daily choices, in the glass of water you drink when you wake up, in the purposeful way you move your body, in how you choose to respond to stress. Eleanor's story isn't unique. I've seen it hundreds of times. People who thought their best years were behind them, who believed they were destined for decline, who discovered that their bodies were far more resilient and responsive than they ever imagined. But here's the critical part. None of this happens by accident. It happens because someone decides that their life matters enough to make small, consistent changes. It happens because someone chooses to listen to their body instead of ignoring it. The choice is yours. Right now, every moment you wait is a moment your body continues sending those signals, hoping you'll finally listen. Every day you postpone caring for yourself is another day closer to the very thing you're afraid of. But today can be different. Today can be the day you decide that your remaining years will be your best years. Today can be the day you stop being a victim of aging and start being a partner with your body in creating vibrant health. Start with one thing. Just one. Take 5 deep breaths right now. 4 in, hold 4, 6 out. Feel how your entire body relaxes. That's your body saying, thank you for finally listening. Tomorrow morning, before you reach for your coffee, drink a full glass of water. Notice how it feels to hydrate your body first thing. That's your circulation saying, thank you for giving. What it needs. This week, walk to your mailbox differently. Feel your feet on the ground. Move your arms gently. Notice your breathing. That's your brain saying, thank you for sending it fresh, oxygenated blood. You're not alone in this journey if you recognize yourself in this video. If Eleanor's story resonates with you, if you've been ignoring those little signals your body sends, please share your thoughts below. Tell us what's been holding you back from taking better care of yourself. Or share what you're going to start doing today. If you're struggling with health fears right now, if you're caring for someone you love who's showing warning signs, if you're feeling overwhelmed by all the conflicting health advice out there, let us know. We're in this together, and your story matters. Maybe you're watching this because you're worried about your spouse, your parent, or yourself. Maybe you've already had a mini stroke and you're scared. Maybe you're just tired of feeling tired all the time. Whatever brought you here, know this: it's not too late. Your body is remarkably forgiving and incredibly responsive to care. Most important step isn't the perfect step, it's the next step. Whether you're 60 or 90, whether you're perfectly healthy or already dealing with health challenges, your body is still capable of healing, still capable of thriving. Don't let another day pass where you ignore what your body is trying to tell you. Don't let another week go by where you postpone caring for the only body you'll ever have. Your life has meaning. Your health has value. Your future has possibility. The time to act is now.